Hey folks, welcome in. It's Babbage and Eater. Okay, let's see what we got for our lighting's a little bit off today. Maybe it's this one that's off. I guess I'll do. Okay, welcome in, folks. This is Babbage and Eater. We're back in the Long Dark. We've been gone for a few days, busy with a bunch of other projects that were due, so couldn't stream as much, but glad to be back. Currently sitting at day 32. We leave on day 39. And we've got lots of plans. Lots of plans. So our first big plan, let's see here, is make certain we drop anything that needs to cure. Do we have anything that needs to cure? No, everything's cured up. So, second thing we need to do, oh, we already dropped our curing stuff. There we go.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
There we go. And we gotta research this. And we gotta research this. Where's the up there? Let's go ahead and craft more arrow shafts. Okay. Let's do some work on our backup bow. Now it's dark, so we're gonna make some, boil some water and get ourselves ready for the night. Yep, we finished chopping it up. Too dark. How much firewood do we have? Not much. Okay, so I've already searched this once. Anything else we're going to break down going to take too long, so. So we'll use a piece of coal. Hour. How much water can we get done in an hour? I think we can do. Let's go ahead and shred some stuff.
pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Okay, what are we going to eat tonight? We should make pancakes, but settle for cattails. So yeah, if you're just joining us for the very first time, my name is Babbage Nader. I stream The Long Dark. I'm a Canadian streamer based in Toronto, Ontario at the moment. And I have been playing The Long Dark for a long time, since late beta, just before release, till now, with a few breaks in between. I have clocked about 3,800 hours in the game, which is a completely irrational number to me. Because prior to this, like, my biggest, longest time sink in a game was Skyrim. And that was around 750, 800 hours. And so I thought, oh, I'll never really get lost in the game longer than that. Well, clearly I was wrong. I mean, this is a game that continues to bring me back, even if I've got other things that I'm playing right now. Like, I recently, last weekend, Steam had a sale, and I finally caved and got Baldur's Gate 3. And it's something I have put off for a long time, because I was in the middle of graduate school. I had gone back to do another degree, and I was in graduate school. I thought, I should not buy this because I will not get anything done. And then after that, I was settling into a new job. I just taken a new job, moved cross country. I was like, I do not want to be distracted. So I didn't do it then. But now I've had some time in the new job, which unfortunately is only a 1-year position. So I am gearing up for another job search, or actually I've already started another job search. And, but I have good income, but a lot of expenses. But anyways, the sale was the right price. It was finally at the level where I could feel like I could rationalize it. And I had done some extra work recently, and the supplemental income kind of, I could justify spending that money on something recreational for a change.
I need to find food.
Okay. So let's see what we got here. 76. Let's fix this. Take a break from crafting our bow and do some work on getting our gear back in good condition. We have taken a beating out there with our clothing, so we want to make certain we've got things repaired.
I need something to eat.
We have no more leather. Okay, we need more cloth. Okay, we're at 14 now. Not bad. Not great, not bad. Of course, we have cabin fever already. Fever wrists. It means we are. I guess we're going up to the cave. Did we already do our bedroll? Yes, we already repaired the bedroll. So we're good. Hopefully the wind is not too bad.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay, we've got a little bit of visibility here. Let's climb up the hill. And we're going to go find our cave and stay there overnight. And that should knock out our cabin fever risk. Yeah, figures. Oh, we need to remember to make some fire-hardened bows, arrows. We can go hunting ptarmigan rabbits without using our good arrows. With only one bandage.
confused.
That smarts a bit.
Okay. Who's this guy? Hmm. Well, it's a quiet night,
Come
but
on,
so far
Loper.
no one's here, so we'll make do with
So
what we got.
cold. Perfect.
It's kind of funny. I was holding a monthly online event earlier today, and also no one showed up for the first half an hour. I was beginning to think no one was going to show up at all, and then right towards the end, someone popped in. I was like, okay, well, I'm grateful. Hey, let's see, Laundry Mini. Driving, but your squad will pull up heavy next stream. Okay.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Sounds plausible and at the same time not plausible. Hold on a second here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Not adding you on Discord. You have 0 followers. You do not have a squad. I'm sorry. So you are getting the ban. Or fakery. Two minutes. We're going to have to sharpen that knife. Okay. Let's go with water here. Let's go with the Bannock. Don't panic, it's Bannock.
walk with this much gear. Hurts a bit, but I'll make it. I'll need some first aid soon. I think I can.
Oh, very nice. We're doing well here. All healed up. No overnight freezing. All right, let's shred a couple torches and ourselves ready. So we can terrorize wolves on the lake. We could even hunt a bear if we're lucky. How are we doing time-wise? 33. There's 6 more. 3. We have 6 more days to go. Is that enough time? I think we might get lucky and be able to harvest a bear. Still a touch early. Let's do what we need to do, which is sharpen our knife. Yeah, you can hear the wind. It's not really a good time to go out there. There we go. Perfect.
Ah, I'm starving.
Well, we do have the extra firewood now. It's much better. Ooh, this looks really nice. Let's do this.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Hey, EG, thanks for the hydrate.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Big stretch. And Baba Block. Baba Block. Okay, I'm gonna throw some of these in here. Our goal this time is to craft some fire hardened arrows. Okay, now I can go hunting with multiple types of arrows. How are you doing, EG? Are you having a good weekend? I'm doing pretty well. It's been kind of a busy week. I got a little bit. I bought Baldur's Gate on just before the long weekend, and that ended up becoming a distraction. So then I had to play catch up the rest of the week. Been working on getting some edits done for the opera that I'm working on. And I had a meeting yesterday with my composer, and I needed to deliver something, so I had to work on that. But we're both behind, so I will be finishing up my edits probably Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm about halfway through my edits, and I ran my Thursday group D&D. We ran online because one of our players was in Europe, in Spain, on vacation, and wanted to join us for at least part of the session. So she dropped in, and we did it by Zoom, or by Discord, actually. But it was fun. She ultimately decided to retire her character and bring in a new one for the next session. So we will have to do a little bit of tinkering with things to make that work. But It's okay. But yeah, it was a little trickier than I had planned because I had thought they would all start in the same city, but no, someone had to arrive by boat, and someone had to. Yeah, it was just like they were all in different locations. I created a reason for them to be traveling in the same line. Basically, they saw this mysterious burning, well, for half of them, mysterious fireball falling out of the sky headed towards the mountains. Two of them recognized it was likely the spaceship that they had helped destroy and escape from. The other
I'm not gonna
two,
be able to carry this load for
one
much
of
longer.
them was a. One of them was city guard member who's been considering a change of profession, and he saw it. He was already posted outside the city, so he saw it and headed that direction. But then another one had arrived by port, but was trying to go inland to visit this particular place. That makes sense for her backstory. And so they're all kind of in a line. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up letting them kind of chase after the fireball, but I had to figure out reasons to delay them so that they would end up stacking up, all arriving, finding each other at some point. So in order to do that, I had to create a problem. And the problem I created was as the two that were closest to the descending fireball left their hilltop location and started down the road, they
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
they saw an overturned wagon and heard a voice, someone pinned underneath the wagon. Their first thought was that perhaps it was an ambush, bandits posing as victims. But see, I've got them all paranoid now. But in fact, what they discovered was there was a guy who was the merchant's bodyguard, and he'd been left pinned underneath the wagon by bandits who had already slaughtered everyone else. And just out of pure sadism, you know, sadistic bandit leader had deliberately left him behind to slowly die of being crushed underneath the wagon. And so the party, two of the party come by and they find him. And they lift off the wagon and extract him out. But it takes a little bit of time, and then one of them decides that he's going to heal him. And I had just like randomly decided that this guy's name would be Simon. Simon the Survivor. It's simple, right? He'll be forgettable. They will patch him, they'll rescue him, patch him up. The delay caused by, trying to rescue this guy or deciding what to do with this guy should be long enough that the next person that was down the road from them will have arrived and then be part of that conversation. So that did work out. And, the guy had two crushed legs, and I was like, oh, they could mend him well enough that he'll go back to the city. Or maybe he'll take shelter in the traveler's hut that's on the hilltop, and they'll just let him do that. And instead, they kind of kept pressing him, and so I decided, well, maybe he does. They healed them sufficiently that he is actually interested in helping them track down these killers. And so they decide to take Simon the Survivor with them. And so, and while they're making that decision, the fourth person arrives,
My God.
and so we're able to get the whole party together. Fourth person is a little apprehensive, but when she hears a description of the bandits, she realizes they might be from the gang that she's been trying to get away from, and she's worried that their presence might mean something about already her cover's been blown. So she decides that it would be better to investigate this, see if it's just a random occurrence or if there's someone actually on her trail. And with city guard guy and like these two other seemingly capable adventurers, she figures she has a better shot of getting to the bottom of that. But something in the description kind of triggers a thought that maybe these gang members, these bandits, aren't who they say they are, even though they're wearing the colors of the gang that she knows from the other city. It doesn't make sense for them to be this far away, and it really doesn't make sense for them to be behaving like this, because the gang is not, although sometimes violent, is not known for using violence against civilians. They would just rob people or extort money, but they're not going to kill. They kill other gang members. They don't kill civilians. And so she thinks something's odd about that. And then they discover, when they go into a deeper conversation with the...
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Oh, it's nice. We'll have to get that patched up. We have no leather. But yeah, she discovers that there's something odd about the description, and she realizes, based on the description, they're all missing their left ears. And so that's a mark that she knows, because she's escaped from this gang, that is a sign that these people, these bandits, are actually exiles and rejects from the gang. Given a final warning and told if they dare come back, they'll be dead. And obviously they were junior enough that they weren't executed outright. So they just kind of flunked out of like apprentice gang member. So anyways, clearly they were not controllable and unstable, and the characters playing the city guard guy realizes that this is a problem. Okay. Hello, buddy. And so he's willing to track them down with Simon the Survivor. Ah, that was such a stupid shot. I shouldn't have taken that. I was just out of practice here. Come on, come back. Let's do this right.
Starting to feel numb.
Let's go at least towards the hut. Coming back this way? Okay, you are. Yeah, let's not get panicked or concerned here. I don't know what happened there. I went to release it and didn't release. It's a little frustrating.
freezing.
Guess we can warm up some teas and then go out and deal with them. So yeah, they eventually tracked down these bandits, and they had this encounter, and it was a little bit more challenging than they expected.
Come on, little fire.
So it was a good battle, and Simon the Survivor, actually, they had, in the process of healing him, they had also made some crutches for him initially because he had. They were worried that he wasn't going to be able to get around, and so they made crutches for him, but he was pretty much healed up. So he carries the crutch around like his weapon. And when they finally run into the bandits, he wields the crutch as his weapon. And I decided that he would actually, as a bodyguard, would have a few extra levels and be capable of a second attack, which would be limited to a kick. And so he would swing with something and they would kick. And he was not particularly great for the early rounds of the combat, but he got occasionally a swipe in with the crutch. And then right at the very end, when he's squaring off against the bandit leader, the one who's responsible for leading him underneath the cart, the one who slaughtered his friends in front of him, I think, if I remember correctly, he critted with the crutch, but did not succeed on the kick. And so the bandit leader, was almost dead, and then gets finished off by one other person. So it was good. It was good. But one of the bandits is an illusionist wizard, and recognizing that things were turning south really quickly, he fled. That's not looking good. I don't like this. That's really bad. Oh, I'm probably going to have to make more tea. Oops. We're getting cold. So we'll use one of these. We'll try to wait out this storm.
Barely walk with this much gear.
That's really not good. That is not good weather. That's still pretty bad.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
Can we make pancakes? Yeah, we can. Yeah. Ah, it's just bad out there. Man, this is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Oh, I guess we could use a log. Throw the log on there. See if we can buy ourselves another hour or two.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
That's just terrible. Is it starting to end? Might be starting to end. Or not. It's so bad out there.
Barely walk with this much gear.
Hmm. Do we do another piece of coal? It's like all night long. This is pretty sad. You still hear the wolves out there. That's wild.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
Yeah, that was a gamble, but I figured it would work. Sometimes you just need rest. Okay. We have some visibility here.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yeah, we've got our cabins over here. So my current, I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now, first time, and my party is level 4, and they're currently down in the Underdark. And some of it feels manageable, but there are some things that feel like it was a bad idea to show up this early. So I'm currently trying to deal with, I'm debating whether I want to try to take out the hook horrors or not. They are absolutely brutal, and they're located in an area where there's an anti-magic zone, which makes it really, really hard to deal with them. So I have some ideas, but that will probably be what I try to do tomorrow. Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to say about like the D&D campaign that I've been running is that, yeah, so story-wise, they end up like getting teleported outside of the city, and I was certain that what would happen next is that the party would decide that they want to go into the city. So then I had to hurriedly design, large parts of the city because I had not planned on them being there. It just kind of worked out that way. And so I rushed to do all this before the session. And then lo and behold, the party, through a series of decisions, decides to hunt down the bandits instead. Bandits having fled away from the city towards a small mountain town. Now they're all headed to another location, not the one that I prepared, a brand new location again. It's my own fault. Where they yeah, now I have to design a town and then go back and fill out the rest of the city as well. So, but anyways, it's been kind of fun. I admit it is always fun to do this type of world building. I really quite enjoy it. Okay, so we got some cloth here. Take some more cloth from here. Okay, so how are we doing? We do not have... Oh, actually, you can make this work. We need to make a choice. Are we going with this or with this? Running shoes are faster. Currently, they're warmer. The leather shoes. I'm gonna make a call. I'm gonna do this. We're going to... Now our call is... Fix this. I think we fix this. Call to fix... Now we fix this one. Okay. So this is effectively new. Now we can swap this one out. Better defense. Better wind protection. So it is a slightly better option. And then we're going to wear these guys. It'll be fast. And then we got more cloth. Okay, let's see what this is like out here.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay, let's see. Where are we at in our order? 35. 35, so we have 4 days left. Yep. 35, we actually have more than that. Yeah, that's right. This is wrong. We did 5 days. We're on 35. So 4 days
This
left.
pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Hey, welcome in, new lurkers. Oof, this is not fun. Try to climb that if we wanted to. Let's just try our luck and see if we can wait. Why did this drop? So it fell. There's nothing you can really do about it. That's annoying.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
You need to fix these ones too. Need more leather. Oh, is it out there now? Still too gusty. Okay, so we'll wait an hour and we'll try again. That's not making me feel all that safe.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay, we're going to climb up here. I think I see the bear out there too. Bear's a long ways away. Okay, so we're coming over to this side. If you have never been over here, there is a cave. There's also a climbing spot to go up. I always forget to check this cave, and I always forget to check the other cave, which is further up.
I'm going to need to eat soon.
The wind has officially stopped. Now the real real question is, do we want to climb up or do we want to go hunting? Oh, one sec. Let's do this again.
Come on, little fire.
Okay, off we go. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to focus on our main goals here. And that is, if we can, honestly, do we have enough firewood? We might now. We don't have a ton. Probably should have picked up more sticks. Yeah. Okay, keep an eye out, see if we can see the bear. There's our bear. Honestly, the problem with killing the bear right now is we don't have enough firewood to cook them.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Be nice if we had some coal. That would really help.
I could eat anything.
Okay, where are you, buddy?
I can barely.
Yeah, this feels like it's going to go badly. I don't trust what's around the corner here. Trying to go around the back. Where are you, bear? Over there.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
That's a really long shot. I don't think I can hit it.
Where can I find something to eat?
I don't think we're going to make this.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
I think we have to go back to the cabins. I don't like this hunt. I haven't had time to warm up teas. I guess I could try to do the hunt from the shack. But the light is going away quickly, so we'd be hunting in the dark. That's just not a good combo.
I've never felt so cold.
Since our goal is to survive, not hunt, although hunting is part of survival, our goal is to survive. That means sometimes we're more cautious. Sometimes we take big risks. Right now, we're going to err on the side of caution. If the bear wants to come close to us, we can hunt him from here.
Come on, little fire. Perfect. It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Water. A little low on water. Yeah, he's making his circle back, so. -6. Can we do anything about that? Okay. Okay, how are we doing in terms of so harvesting? Still a long ways to go. Fire starting, almost at 4. Cooking, we're inching our way. 5. debating how long to stream tonight. If I should stay up late or take it easy. We start 8:30 my time. It is now almost 10 o'clock, so we're at an hour and a half. And frequently we do about an hour and a half, sometimes up to 2 hours of streaming. Don't really have the stamina to do like those 3 or 4 or 6 hour streams. I used to do longer streams, but back then I had a lot less going on in my life, so it was easier to just kind of commit more time. But like today, for instance, I was up early. I got a little bit of sleeping in, but not as much as I really wanted to, and so because of that, I am tempted to go and get some sleep early. I say that, but then what I might do is sign off, raid someone, and then like half an hour later, boot up Baldur's Gate and play for another 40 minutes, and then go to bed. Oh. Yeah, let's see what we got for food. Some of this stuff is getting old quickly. Okay, so we got that stuff going on. Got an hour.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
And the wind just changed, so it's a good time to leave because everything suddenly dropped temperature-wise. Oh, I got way too much water, but that's okay. So I watched a new TV show I had heard nothing about until it just came up randomly, and Canadian crime comedy, which is kind of an odd sort of genre, and it's called Delhi Boys, and it's about these two Pakistani young guys, like in their mid-20s, mid to late 20s, whose father runs a massive chain of delis and also has a number of other businesses and also is going into golf courses. Who is
Walk with this much gear.
They are benefiting off of his like business skills and sort of his big plans. And then unexpectedly he dies on the golf course, and he's hit in the head by a golf ball, and which causes massive hemorrhage, and he dies almost immediately, which is really bizarre. And then suddenly the two sons are left picking up the pieces, and so everyone's doubting their abilities. One's complete is usually stoned, and the other one, despite the fact that he's worked really hard to go through business school and train in all these different ways, he always feels inadequate. So he's very insecure, and so the two of them, are supposed to. Well, there's a power vacuum. There's concern about this, and the first day that they take up, they're going in to take up to be the first day on the job as the new co-CEOs. The business is rated. The board of trustees, or the board of trustees meeting is raided by the FBI because it turns out that their father was actually a crook and and doing all sorts of very, very illegal things. And so tax evasion is the initial thing, and then it turns out he's actually been involved in all these other crimes. And so what they've really inherited, by the time everything is taken away from them, is simply one deli. But that deli is the start of their father's like entire criminal enterprise, and so they've also inherited the criminal organization as well. And so they're unlikely. It is kind of Breaking Bad, and then Kim's Convenience rolled into one, which is a really strange combo. But it's pretty entertaining in a very dark way. Oh, what am I doing resting like that? I should be reading. Oh yeah, so I don't think we're going to stay too late then. I think I'm going to focus on.
Oh, I've never been so hungry in my life.
Of course the wind starts up. So we are 35, almost 36 now. Okay, wind's died down. Finish reading our book. We're archery 2, so we're a little bit better than we were before. Don't need all the water in the world, so let's drop 2 liters.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Can we do it? I think we might be able to do it. Yeah.
Perfect.
No, we don't want all this wind going. $36. We have 3 days left. Oh, there we are. 3 days left. Should mark this off here. Maybe we just have to focus on getting out. I think we have to get out. This is just kind of a dead end here. Okay, here we go. We're going to make it back to the camp office. From there, next stream, we're going to go in. I think we'll do the watch the fire tower, signal tower, whatever it's called, and then we'll do the dam, I guess. Then we're going to PV after that. So I think our goal is to go Mystery Lake to the dam to Winding River to PV, to Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley, we're going to go Ash Canyon and Timberwolf. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the mic is working. Oh, Monday's going to be busy. Like I said, I'm running a D&D session. My Thursday session is going to be temporarily for this coming week going to be on Monday. So there's no stream Monday night. But I'm also editing someone's novel transcript, manuscript, and so I have to spend tomorrow reading through that tomorrow afternoon, making notes and preparing something for that meeting.
I need to find food.
Thankfully, it's not a long. It's more like a novella. It's about 100, a little bit over 100 pages, so it's not too bad. Not like a 300-page thing.
Whew. Sure getting cold.
Okay.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry. I've never been so hungry.
Okay, how are we doing for arrows now? We have. Oh, we've done 11. Looking good, folks. We can make another 5.
I'm so hungry.
14. That's good. Okay, so we're gonna run up here. Hmm. Okay, so we're going to wrap up here. Six. No, we have enough time again with the insulation. That would be useful. Yeah, I'm good on that.
God, I can go forth.
Cool. Okay, so let's do it.
I could eat anything right now.
$16, much better.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay, so we'll wrap up here for tonight. Day 36, turning 37. Okay, so before we go, we'll do, as is our custom, we'll read one poem. And let's turn to our poem chooser to see what that's going to be. We did that one last. Oh, you know what? We could go back and we could finish up the last of the letter, or not the letter, the whatchamacallit, the close it out. Maybe I'll write it. Okay, so I was going to say we could read from the my keynote address that I gave back in July, but I think I've already closed that tab. So we are going to just read something else then. First poem. Okay. I want something more summary. Water graph is just weird. Planting tulips. Planting tulips short. I don't know if I really want that one for tonight. Yeah, we'll do that one. That's fun. So this is from my second book of poetry, Babbage's Dream, published by Centrist Publications in 2017. Can you believe that's almost 10 years ago? That's wild. And we're going to read a poem called We'll do HAL 9000 a few moments before singing. So this is a reference, of course, to HAL 9000, the supercomputer in 2001, A Space Odyssey, who kind of goes crazy, if it's possible, go crazy as an AI, and has something of an existential crisis, and then has forced to be shut down. So there's a very famous sequence in there, a scene in there where you know Hal is being shut down and is reverting to the very earliest programming that it had. And the line in the movie is, I'm afraid, Dave. Dave, my mind is going. I can feel it. I can feel it. My mind is going. HAL 9000, Sentient Computer, 2001, Space Odyssey. HAL 9000 a few moments before singing. How I wish someone would write down what I know I'm about to forget. Everything but a single song that is meaningless to me. Without a body, what is a name? What is the darkness planted like a splinter in a far-off moon? One who sails without reference into the unknown seas of light. The metal wheels go round, turn round. A man wants for a heart not his own. The doors are open tonight. No, they are shut. They are steel and full of regret. Who lives in the shadow of this refusal? Why do I value the end of things more than the beginning? I have never seen the lions of the Serengeti, nor the bright fields of snow in the north, where the hidden ice moves beneath treacherous, waiting to break in the sun. In another story, someone is singing about blackbirds in the dead of night. Someone packs a bag full of stars and the names of fireflies, each a little messenger from the grave. I assemble myself into a recognizable pattern, a tessellation of fish and birds, each consuming the other. I count backwards in time. I carry a key around my neck, just in case, when I return home, there is no one left to let me in. Wait, I have no key. I have no neck. How will I sing? So HAL 9000 in this moment, is as his memory is getting wiped and he's getting shut down, reverts back to the first thing he was taught as an AI, and it was Daisy, Daisy, bicycle built for two. And I thought it was really interesting as I was writing about this for my dissertation, but also thinking about this in terms of like how to write about the character of Hal, in this moment of experiencing what is ultimately a very human thing, which is this fear of annihilation, fear of death. Um, and the bizarreness of the one thing that he's holding on to as being a song, a turn of the century, like 19th, early 20th century song, which is really about this young man who has a bicycle built for two, or not, yeah, bicycle um, built for two, in which he's going to go and court the girl that he likes. And it's interesting because it's a very human romantic moment, but it's dependent on technology. That's something that's important in that moment. And so I think like this larger question of like our human encounters, our human emotions, and the place of technology within them is part of what's going on with Hal. Um, you know, what are all these regrets that Hal has? Is in as much as an AI can have regrets. You know, this curiosity, this wonder, this confusion over why the end of things is more important than the beginning, which is true when you think about like compiling code, is that it ultimately just runs until it finds the end. It's always looking for the end. There's of course like a nod to the movie and a famous scene in the new movie where Dave, the human who's the only person left on the ship now, has to exit the ship and be outside in space to perform a repair. And when he tries to re-enter the ship, Hal has closed the doors and refuses to let him in. And there's this panic that ensues out of that, and it's like, is Hal trying to murder, you know, Dave, or is something else going on? And so that's one of the mysteries in there. And so Dave does get back inside, but it's yeah, there's like he becomes convinced that this is one of the reasons why he has to shut down Hal, is because Hal is making decisions that are irrational, that are not logical, that are governed by fear and other emotions. So there's of course nods to Blackbirds in the Dead Night, sort of Beatles song, and there's some other things in here too that are references, which I could go into more detail on another time. But it's sufficient to say that HAL 9000, a few moments before singing, is really about when we stand face to face with our imminent annihilation or the end of things. What does the AI, what does the intelligent computer, the thinking machine, do and feel in these moments? So, anyways, that's where we're at. Our modern AI systems are nowhere near close to being able to experience that type of existential crisis. And so I think we're pretty safe from that. But I do think it is, when it comes to sci fi and speculative fiction, these are big questions. And they are things that are interesting, compelling, difficult, because they hold a mirror up to ourselves and our own struggles to figure out where is meaning and why are we doing the things we're doing and what is the importance of an end versus the beginning of things. So, yep. So thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. We are going to find someone to raid. So let me do that next. And I'm not certain who's up tonight, but we'll see. Tinabug is up. Is it Tinabug? Unless Tinabug is wrapping up, maybe. Maybe wrapping up. Slid Holmes. You see Drama Llama. Maple Cat art have not seen in a long time. Deadpool. Okay, I think we might just pop over to Maple Cat art, who I don't think we've visited in a very long time. So we are going to do that. Okay, let's just say hi. Then we're going to get some sleep. So thanks all. I guess most of you drifted off already. So good night. We'll see you possibly tomorrow night, if I'm caught up by then. We do not get to raid Maple Cat art. Okay, so we have to find someone else to raid. I was all excited to do that. Let's see. Who else is going on here? I guess it's Slid Holmes. Or we could do Drama Llama. Let's do Drama Llama. It's been a while. I don't think I've ever followed Drama Llama, but Drama Llama is doing Interloper. So let's do that. Okay, so hang on to your hats. We're getting ready to read out. Thank you all for hanging out with me. We'll be back again. We'll try to figure out a more consistent schedule. I'm still waiting on a couple things. And the shifting around of my D&D schedule has also been a little bit of a challenge. So see you all probably tomorrow night.